I'm here today to give a talk on how to hyperscale Solana. A little background on myself. My name is Bo. I'm a co-founder and technical lead at Polymer Labs. My personal background has been in distributed systems and database systems prior to crypto. So as many of you are acutely aware, there is a trade-off space when it comes to designing software systems. In blockchain in particular, there's a trade-off between scalability, security, and decentralization. It is difficult, if not impossible, to optimize across all three. So Solana optimizes for scalability, and that makes it an excellent execution environment. It has properties like parallel execution, local fee markets, and low and predictable fees, in addition to a number of other features as well. These attributes make Solana a very attractive platform for many companies looking to test institutional payment rails. For example, we've had Visa, Shopify come look and interact with the Solana network for payments. So scalability is Solana's advantage. And in order to compete, other communities and ecosystems such as Ethereum are developing technologies like rollups in order to scale the transaction throughput, and also different technologies like decentralized sequencing as well. So the competition currently to solve the blockchain trilemma between the two ecosystems revolves around Ethereum working on rollups, shared sequencing, and proto-dank sharding, while Solana has been working on, or leaning on, however, Moore's Law and innovations like the FireDancer light client to reduce validator requirements. So if we were to compare the two execution environments, we can see that while the various layer 2s on Ethereum improve transaction throughput, Ethereum itself has very long finality windows. And if you look on the slide here, we can see that while Solana can offer sub-second finality, other ecosystems are far from that. But even though Solana is a great execution environment, it still faces a number of challenges. So many web applications run at incredible scale. The idea here is that no single atomic database will be able to run every single web scale application due to this scale. So for example, Wikipedia does 130,000 requests per second. We have Amazon doing 2.2 billion visits to its website per month. We can see that we kind of need an alternative scalability model to Moore's Law alone in order to bring the world truly on-chain. The SVM itself also has some competition. Ethereum continues to hold the largest developer community, which has garnered a widespread EVM adoption, in addition to a number of other ecosystems. And the amount of competition is only growing over time. So we have technologies like Arbitrum Stylus in the Ethereum ecosystem that allows developers to create smart contracts in their preferred language with EVM compatibility, and also virtual machines like CosmWasm, which is gaining traction as a preferred VM of choice in the Cosmos ecosystem. So the idea is, how can we simultaneously hyperscale Solana and also onboard developers from other communities at the same time? So we want to look at the pace of base layer innovation. And I think this is a very key metric that's going to play a big role in who becomes a very long-term winner, because innovation compounds. And we can see that the pace of base layer innovation, especially in terms of ZK support in Solana, is currently exceeding that, or greatly exceeding that of Ethereum. EIPs, or Ethereum improvement proposals, can sit around for years before they're implemented, or they stay stagnant and are not implemented at all. So the properties that make Solana a great execution layer also make it a great settlement layer. Its fast finality allows low latency, asynchronous communication across rollups that are deployed on Solana. Also, we see that if you can have sub-second ZK verification on the main chain, in addition to a number of the innovations or broad support for different cryptographic curves or cryptographic primitives, will make Solana the most efficient layer 1 for settlement of all rollup types, especially ZK. For optimistic rollups, Solana could potentially embed MIPS or RISC-V-based VMs directly as eBPF programs. This would allow it to efficiently process fraud proofs. Ethereum, on the other hand, emulates such VMs, which is highly inefficient. So how does Solana compare as a settlement layer? Well, if you take a look at Ethereum, you can see that cross-rollup communication is either slow or unsafe. And what I mean by this is Ethereum has long finality time. So for a rollup to communicate safely to another rollup on Ethereum, you end up having to wait at least 12 minutes. There's workarounds for this in the Ethereum ecosystem where they rely on certain pre-confirmation rules to allow this communication to happen faster. But these pre-confirmation rules do not retain the same level of security as Ethereum network and are generally deemed orders of unsafety. So, but rollups over Solana can communicate safely at faster than Ethereum itself can produce blocks. In fact, you can potentially have 10 safe round-trip communication across Solana rollups in the time that it takes to produce a single Ethereum block. And this makes a case for a potential layer 2 vampire attack on other ecosystems. So from our perspective, both rollup SDKs and chain frameworks themselves will become settlement layer agnostic on the order of 1 to 2 years. If Solana can position itself well, it has the opportunity to capture these developers and chains by offering superior settlement UX and also lower settlement costs. So we can see a migration of perhaps application chains in the Cosmos that are relying on interchain security, rollups that are settling onto Ethereum, and sovereign rollups that are posting DA to Celestia to migrate over to using Solana for settlement. Now, what does Solana look like in a modular world? The example here is an SVM-based layer 2 execution environment that posts DA to Celestia and proof of validity of its state transition to Solana. And this model would allow the Solana ecosystem to hyperscale to millions, if not more, in terms of TPS. What you get at a high level with this model is layered composability. And what I mean by this is at the bottom layer, or the L1 layer, you get fast atomic composability. This attracts a certain class of applications, mostly financial, and liquidity as well. You'll get central limit order books, borrowing and lending protocols, and so on. Above this layer, at the L2 layer, you get fast asynchronous composability. This is beneficial or interesting to various GameFi applications, consumer applications, and more. So you can serve 2 different customer segments with the same base layer technology. But with asynchronous composability, we're opening up a can of worms. How do we enable this composability in a uniform way? Well, we can use something like IBC to enforce messaging standards. At Polymer, we believe that we need a neutral standard for asynchronous communication, and it will help ensure that the rollups that are deployed on Solana are seamlessly interoperable with existing ecosystems, without the need of any translation layers or middlemen. And we feel that IBC is best positioned for this due to 4 main reasons. It has verifiable messaging semantics, a formal specification, permissionless integration, and most importantly, it has no intrinsic value capture at the protocol level. With IBC and Polymer, you can get an interoperable rollup network on Solana. Polymer can sit in the middle, and I have on the left side a Cosmos SDK rollup, and on the right side we have an OP Stack rollup. Polymer can maintain an IBC connection with both of these rollups, allowing these rollups to communicate directly by establishing an IBC channel. You can also extend this example to say that you can establish an IBC channel from any of these rollups that are deployed on Solana with any other ecosystem. as long as there is a connection path between the two nodes or chains in the network. And this is not possible with any other interoperability standard. So with all this, the narrative of only possible on Solana now becomes secured by Solana. Thank you. And as always, everyone is welcome to join us in building this future together.